Okay, we're live. We're back with you. It's the Jesse T Show, and we are across the street now, and you can see the rally that's going on against ILHA OMAR. And so I decided to cross the street here and come here and talk to the people that are for ILHA OMAR, and see what happens there. Hey, how are you guys? I'm Jesse T from the Jesse T Show.
I think we're not going to talk to you right now. We're trying to have a conversation.
Okay, absolutely. Be happy to get your voice out if you'd like to. Okay, all right, great, thank you. You didn't want to talk to me, so that's fine. We'll find somebody. We'll find somebody to talk to. Let's see what we can do here. Hi, can I talk to you a little bit?
Sure, I would like to.
Okay. So you're with me, Jesse T, on the Jesse T Show. We got about 4 million viewers right now online. What's your name?
My name's Esty Chandler.
And you are now for Congresswoman ILHA OMAR.
I stand with Congresswoman Omar.
So tell me some of the reasons that brought you out here today.
We're out here to welcome Congresswoman Omar to Los Angeles and to let her know there's a majority of Angelenos support her, and a bunch of us are really excited to hear her speak tonight.
Would you say the majority of Angelenos or a good group of Angelenos?
I believe that the majority of Angelenos support Congresswoman Omar.
Now, in terms of what she said 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, and some of the reporting that has been done, can you give me your ideas and opinions about what that was about?
I believe that she was commenting about the American campaign finance laws and rules, and I don't think she said anything improper. I think that our American finance system is a disgrace. Our American campaign finance system is a disgrace. And as far as what she said at the event, she didn't say anything improper. She didn't say anything anti-Semitic. People are taking, a clipping of what she said and interpreting it in a way that is anti-Semitic. But Congresswoman Omar hasn't said anything anti-Semitic. I'm a proud Jewish American, and I don't believe that she's an anti-Semite.
What are your feelings about the state of Israel?
I have a lot of critique of the state of Israel, of the policies of the state of Israel. I believe in democracy, and Israel is not a democracy. Israel is an apartheid state. They have different laws for different people. Jews live under one set of laws. Non-Jews, depending on the area they live in, live under several different sets of rules. And I don't support that.
What are your feelings about the Jewish community and their contribution to the United States of America over the last 300 years or so?
I believe that the Jewish community, along with every other community of Americans that have come here, have contributed to the United States.
Why do you think that so many people dislike what ILHA OMAR has been reported to be said a few weeks ago? Why do you think they dislike her?
I think that Representative Omar is just the most recent in a string of prominent black academics and public figures like Angela Davis and Mark Lamont Hill and Michelle Alexander, who are being targeted in a racist way and an Islamophobic way because people see them as being, easier to attack. That people see them as being vulnerable, and we're here. Obviously, Representative Omar, Angela Davis, Mark Lamont Hill, Michelle Alexander have the courage of their convictions. They're being targeted because they stood up for Palestinian rights, because they believe in equality for everyone, and we do too.
Do you believe that Palestine should have its own state?
I believe in democracy, so I personally believe that the people that live in a place should have the freedom to decide how to organize their government or governments. And so I don't think it would be fair for me to tell people, my family in Israel or my friends in Palestine, how they have to decide to organize their governments. but I believe right now the Israeli government is controlling, everything between the river and the sea, and it's not a democracy, and it's a military occupation, the longest in modern history, and that's wrong. And I advocate that the U.S. foreign policy should acknowledge that and not support those policies.
Do you believe in the wall?
I don't believe in walls.
Do you believe in protecting our border on the south side of this country?
I don't believe we need a wall on the south border of our
What
country.
would you say to people that have an opposite opinion about the drugs and the violence and the human trafficking that comes across?
They have a right to their opinion. Thank you.
Okay. All right, great. So let's see who else we can talk to here. All right. Trying to give them a fair forum. Trying to give you guys a fair forum. Hi. Why? Okay. Can I talk to you? Okay. All right. Can I talk to you? No, you don't want to be seen. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Can I talk to you?
Not right now.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. So it seems like many of these people don't want to talk to me.
You need a spokesperson?
I want somebody to talk to me. Nobody will talk to me.
This guy wants
Oh, no,
somebody-
we had a nice conversation.
Who do you represent?
I have my own show. I have 6 million viewers and listeners nationwide. I'm on 25 general talk show, and I'm on 25 social media sites, 12 stations, and a couple TV stations downline. So that's what I do for 40 years.
Well, good for you.
So I'm getting both sides of the story, brother. That's the American way. Absolutely. Trying to find somebody that'll talk to me. Will you talk to me about Elon?
I don't know a lot about her.
But are you for or against her? Pro or not pro?
Well, I haven't heard anything that she said that I disagree with.
Right?
I heard her say that that Palestinians deserve the same rights as everybody else. I agree with that. I've heard her say that many politicians are not standing up for human rights in Israel in Palestine the way they should. I agree with that. She said that some of our politicians are influenced by money and the stands that they're taking. I think that's true.
What about the way the news is portraying her in the anti-Semitic way?
I haven't heard her say anything anti-Semitic.
It's not true. It's mostly right-wing media that's ginning up the crowd, making her statements anti-Semitic. They weren't. What she did is she attacked the sacred cow, or I should say the kosher cow, which is Israel. And Israel is not so sacred. If it were Sweden, I'm sure that there wouldn't be this big uproar. But Israel is doing bad things to Palestinians. And there are many people in Congress, not to mention the population at large, that Israel can do no wrong. Well, Israel has become a quasi-fascist state, dominated by right-wing elements that would like to see nothing less than Palestinians disappear. And that land is supposed to be for both peoples. And so what ILHA did was she just called out the AIPAC and the Jewish lobby and said, why are they so special? Why can't we talk about their influence in American politics? And that's the crux of it, really. Israel needs to be held to the same standard as any other country.
So is this more about people's feelings against Israel rather than their feelings against her?
This group here, we're not anti-Israel. We're just pro-justice, pro-human rights, and pro maybe two-state solution or whatever. But Palestinians are people too. Those people over there are like a Nazi mob, to tell you the truth. And they're ginned up and they're full of hate, calling us all kinds of names. That's bullshit. Sharia law isn't going to take over. There's 2 or 3 members of Congress. That's just bullshit.
Do you think that the organization that she is here to speak in front of today, the CARE organization, is a front for Hamas?
No, wait a minute. You're calling CARE?
I'm asking you. Do you think that?
No, it's just it's an Islamic organization that represents different Islamic factions. Not a terror organization at all.
Why is it then that the media portrays CARE and groups like that as a front for terrorism?
Well, it's because Trump and the right-wing media, Fox News, gins it up, and then it becomes the mob mentality. Any Muslim is a terrorist. Anybody who doesn't give Israel carte blanche support is a terrorist, and it's all bullshit.
May I ask, did
Do
you?
you like hugs? Huh? Do you like hugs?
Sure.
I like hugs too.
Okay.
But did you vote for
why
Trump or
wait a minute.
Clinton? May I ask? You don't have to tell
Trump,
me.
no, Trump is he's tearing this country apart. Tearing this country apart. This guy cares only about himself. He doesn't not like democracy at all, and he would like nothing better to be the emperor and the dictator. He likes Kim Jong-un. He likes Putin. He likes Bolsonaro in Brazil. These are his heroes. So what do you think?
Well, I'm not here. My opinion is not my
you
opinion.
mentioned that CARE, this Islamic organization, are terrorists. You said that.
I said people think that organizations like CARE have been portrayed that way.
People think. That sounds like Trump talk. People think. If people think like a mob, and Trump and the right-wing Fox News gins that up, and it's pure anti-Muslim hysteria, nothing more. Most of the terrorist attacks in this country, almost like 90%, have been from right-wing white supremacist groups. Do you agree with that?
We have had a lot of in-country terrorism.
It's over 70%. I read it in the LA Times, you know? So, yeah, no. Yeah.
The problem is that people conflate criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism. It's two very separate things. And Israel the United Nations has continually criticized Israel for abusing human rights. And basically, it's practically a genocidal situation at this point against the Palestinians. That's the state of Israel. It's not Jewish people that we're opposing. Most of my friends actually are Jewish. So these people are making that conflation as far as I know, but there's a lot of MAGA hats there. I don't know if you had to walk through. I had to walk through that crowd, which felt very disturbing to me. But
Well, I appreciate your opinion, and I appreciate having the opportunity to talk with you folks over here. I haven't had a chance to talk to a lot of them. They've kind of all left, I guess, to go into the meeting.
well, they went into the dinner.
Into the dinner.
And unfortunately, that dinner was sold out, and so many of us couldn't go.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Any more
Appreciate
questions?
it. No.
Have I filled you in okay?
Yeah, you've done a good job. I
good.
appreciate it. Absolutely. Okay, thank you for helping. All right, great. We had a chance to talk. Yes. Hi.
He's from Israel, by the way.
You know, I'm from Israel. You
Oh.
want to talk to somebody?
I
from
want to
Israel?
talk to somebody from
Huh?
Israel. Tell me about it. Tell me why you're here, gentleman from Israel, and what is the passion that drives you?
You know, I heard about the whole story about Omar, and I want to hear straight from her mouth rather than interpretations. And I think it's very important. A week ago, I read an op-ed that she wrote in Washington Post about the whole story, and she came out in very strong support of the solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. She supports two states, and she mentioned that the Jews in Israel have a right to self-determination, and so the Palestinians. And I think this is the most reasonable approach to this. Somebody who's anti-Semitic will not say that the Jews in Israel have a right to self-determination. So I came here to listen from her own mouth what she has to say, and this is the best way to learn what somebody believes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, rather than hear interpretations of these people, I'll hear direct from her. And when a Congress person, doesn't matter, man or woman, telling me that they support two states, I praise them, because this is the only way to resolve the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. You can go to every one of those people and they'll tell you that they oppose two states. They want Israel to control the whole occupied West Bank and Gaza. And this is only going to continue the bloodshed. if you continue the occupations. I was a soldier there in the West Bank, and I saw how we brutalized the Palestinians. This is not right. You know, human rights belong to all the nations in the world, including the Palestinians. And if you have Congresswoman Omar saying that both sides have a rights, I commend her on this. And radio like this also can commend her on this. Because this is the only hope to see peace in the Middle East. Those people oppose all this. You can go and ask them. They'll tell you those guys don't deserve a rights, you know. So, as I said, I want to hear straight from her, and I think she deserves a voice like anybody else, and not a negative, and not to jump all over her, you know. I want to tell you something. You know who's Friedman? Thomas Friedman? He's a major commentator in New York Times. He writes on regular basis. In 2011, this is what he said about AIPAC. I remember the quote. And he's a Jewish guy, you know, and he's also supported two states. Thomas Friedman said, Mr. Netanyahu, the standing ovations that you receive in the Congress, this one he came to speak in the Congress, was not because of your policies. Your ovations was paid and bought by the pro-Israeli lobby. Nobody jumped on him. This is what he said. And nobody accusing of being anti-Semitic and this. But this is true. You got powerful lobbies in America. This is unfortunately, part of the political system here. You have powerful lobbies who pouring money on politicians in order to them to vote certain way. You know, many of politicians are not independent. They are driven by how much money they get. And AIPAC is one of them. AIPAC doesn't donate. AIPAC is only facilitate. They call the donors, very wealthy donors, and tell them, this guy, he supports the Israeli government, give him money. This guy is a critical of Israeli government, don't give him a penny. Not only don't give him a penny, be sure that he's out of the Congress. You know, this is their tactic, okay? So if somebody call out and say that this is money, maybe she did not phrase it right, and maybe if she would put it in a context, there are many powerful lobbies, including AIPAC, who look better, you see? But her context was right. Can you show me any powerful lobbies that don't use money in this country? Yes. Every powerful lobby pour a lot of money on politicians. I used to work for Blue Cross right here. Let me tell you something. I used to work here. They have a PAC. Anthem Blue Cross have a PAC. And once in a while we used to get money, not email. Please donate to Anthem Blue Cross money to the PAC. Of course, I said, forget it. I'm not going to give you. And then they give you a list of all the politicians which they donate money to them. They have to. 90% of them Republican, 10% Democrat. They gave them money, and they list the name and how much money they gave in order to push Anthem Blue Cross agenda, you know. But this is how PAC works here.
You know, so I appreciate the words, and I appreciate spending a few moments with me, and because many wouldn't.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
You.
And
I appreciate for being good listeners.
I hope the best of luck to you.
Okay. And I'm just to be clear, I'm an Israeli Jew who care very much about Israel, but I want Israel to live in peace with Palestinians. This is the only hope for both people. There is no other way.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go. You got it. You got both sides of the story here. Over on the Trump side, on the pro-American side, the way they see it, and over here on the pro-American side, the way they see it here. So, as we cover the story and we move on, we're going to walk across the street now and see what we can cover over here. This is Jesse T.
USA!
The police are doing a good job keeping everybody apart. All right, guys. Jesse T reporting live here on the Jesse T Show. Always in the thick of it. You got the story. Straight on the point.